ward's on the left. Urology outpatient. If you go down the corridor to the very end, it's on the left.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, is this G ward?
G ward is next door, my love.
Thank you.
Up the corridor,
Yep.
up the slope at the end.
Yep.
On your right, there is a black door. Go through that door, and immediately on your left is the building that you need.
I thought it was a rabbit warren. I couldn't find my way round. It was awful because people would just say, oh, go to such and such, and you wouldn't have a clue. You find yourself, you fall into the same trap. You say, oh, go and see Chris on Barbara Russell. It's a Frenchay trap. It's like a big family. Everything's like a big family here. And everybody helps each other, which is what it's about, really.
We would do miles. I mean, I think the corridor between Ward 1 up to 15 is probably about a quarter of a mile. And it keeps you fit, be honestly.
If you actually stopped to talk to everybody you knew, it'd probably take you an hour to get up the corridor.
As my job role as a supervisor, every day is a challenge for me.
The job I'm doing is a well-dedicated job, you know, dealing with patients, vulnerable people, you know, helping someone in life.
You sit here outside at night sometimes when it's quiet, and it's really not often quiet within Frenchay, and you can almost hear the history of the buildings.
When I left school at 18, I wasn't too sure what I wanted to do. So my father, who was in charge of the department then, said, come along, be a student for a couple of years. 39 years later, I'm still entranced by neurophysiology.
The sad side of things, where people's memories, people's ability to be themselves disappear. But then the flip side, what I find so rewarding about this job is the fact that you can see vast, unbelievable recovery.
Complete mess, nightmare, notes everywhere, stacked up the walls. You know, you have to climb over them to get to your desk.
Checking all her observations every hour, setting up blood transfusions, giving her drugs, changing her position, giving her a wash, distracting her with the television, supporting her mum and the various members of the family that came in. Then as she got stronger, get her out of bed, stand up a little bit, sit out for a while. It was trying to make it as bearable as possible for her.
Because we get them in the morning, they're absolutely petrified. So you're kind of trying to make them feel a little happier coming in. You make a joke and you have a little banter with them, and by the time they walk out the door, they've come down off the ceiling and quite happy to go on their way. I just love the job.
I came here in May 1967. Yes, I've been here ever since. They've retired me twice. I worked on ITU, the day case unit, the orthopaedic department, but mostly A&E.
I would love to go with the ward. It's more like a family unit, do you know what I mean? Whereas on the other wards you sort of see patients come and go, and I don't think you get that same contact as what you do working on a unit like this.
The other lorry, haven't we? Yeah. Well, how many more pallets can we get on that? Three. Why can't you get 3 more?
It was just eerie, the way the wards were emptying off and we were left with fewer and fewer patients, and everything was being loaded into boxes, and it was a bit like a ghost town really by the time we left. That was quite sad. Yeah, just leaving an era behind.
So we left on the Friday before A&E or any of the big wards had moved, and we started here on the Wednesday when it was already open. I didn't want to see that place destroyed. I haven't been near the place since. After 23 years, no, I don't.
Absolutely brilliant. It went without a hitch. And I say well done to the whole team.
Next Friday.
Over there?
Yeah.
Can't believe it's all happening, can you? Can't believe.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right then, okay.
All right. Bye-bye. Bye.
Please step aside. Attention, vehicle starts. Attention, automatic transport.
2 and 2 what's natural, so maybe 2 and 4 before
I love the building, I think it's lovely. It's light, it's airy, it's roomy. Yeah. I think we deserve more than what we had over there, or patients deserve more.
They don't feel as though they're in a hospital. There is no smell of hospital.
It seemed maze-like because everything looked kind of similar. It is good to work here. It seems a lot more practical.
Right, you're going through imaging, down this walkway. Can you see where the trees are?
Yep.
Good old trees.
Yeah.
Turn right, gate 18.
Excitement of a new place. It's a stunning building. The atrium, the public spaces, I think, are great.
Attention, automatic transport.
The thing that has transferred, like I work here in A&E with all the nurses that I've worked with for years and years and years, which is sort of the best bit of it.
We feel really privileged to have such an amazing resource, especially being someone that gets to work in it every day. The natural light, having it in a really inviting place, probably decreases some of that anxiety for the patients attending as well.
We just don't hear anything, do we? Because it's so silent in here.
The brains have come with us, and I count myself very lucky to have had the privilege to be able to make that transition from 2 very different sites to be able to work in the most modern hospital in Europe.
Make a cheese. Very good pasta and better than that. Very good pasta and better than that.